day I check my weight. I'm weighing a little bit more today because yesterday I was weighing a little bit too little, so I had a little bit more to eat in the evening. So I can feel it that I'm more fresh. I feel stronger, but my weight is a little bit on top. So I'm gonna drink some water and have a half a banana before training, because a whole banana gonna make me puke. I'm looking forward for today's training now in the morning and in the evening. So we do a lot of punching in the morning, so I need to put my hand wraps on, and I have seen a lot of hand wrap ways of doing the hand wraps, and I found out my own way that fits me best. It's always my because when I punch hard, it's my wrists that start hurting, and I try to keep the palm as free as possible because I'm gonna put the MMA gloves on later. So let's see. Oh no, how to tap out. The tap out in place. Remember, safety first. Safety first, guys. I started pretty late, actually, with martial arts. When I was around 22 years old, I think, 22, 23 years old. I have always been training a lot, running, marathons, a lot of climbing, a lot of these adrenaline sports or sports where you like challenge yourself. I always been good at football, basket, and baseball or whatever, but I didn't feel that it challenged me enough. But eventually, when I started to run like 6 hours in a row, then I stopped and like, why am I running so much? And then I wanted to seek something that challenged me and had this variety, because running is like running, and climbing, of course, you have the variety, but still only climbing. But then I started this Vadori school, Vadori karate, in Sweden, and I liked it. I liked that there was a lot of challenge, and then I thought maybe I should try wrestling. Then I started wrestling, and submission wrestling, and I felt that it was perfect, like the roughness and the submissions, the techniques. I thought that I wanted to combine everything. And by that time, I would move to Stockholm when I was around 25 years, maybe, around that. And then I started in Stockholm Shoot, one of Stockholm's first MMA clubs. And then it all rolled on. I came to Copenhagen, and here I discovered CSA, and I got stuck here. After training, I think around 2 years here in Copenhagen, I got offered a competition 2012. But in my mind, I was never like preparing for a competition. I was just training because I loved it. And then my coach, Carsten, he asked me, "You want to fight?" And I said, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm here training, so I might as well just test it. Well, my first fight was against actually pretty, pretty tough guy. I didn't know it at the time because The coach, he was sneaky. He didn't want to make me nervous, I think, and that was good. During the fight, I remember, I was very nervous. Of course, my first time. I didn't, and I actually never really competed. But then in the competition day, I remember when they put on my song. I was there like ready in my small speedos and my big glass and my mouthpiece, Vaseline all over the face. I felt this rush of adrenaline, and then I felt I wanted to cry. I don't know why. I wanted, all the tear was almost coming out. I couldn't recognize the feeling. It was the first time, and then remember I thought to myself, well, now is not the time to cry. Now is the time to fight. And then I screamed and I got pumped, and then I went to the cage. Everybody was shouting. Everybody was, shouting my name. I could see my friends. I could see the coach. I went to the cage. I saw the opponent, and I remember I started to slap myself, like so I can feel something, to feel like I'm there in the now. And then they closed the cage, and that was it. It was me against him, one on one, and well, I won the fight. So it went good. He was a good striker. Apparently, afterwards, they told me, oh, but he was a really tough opponent, and he won this, he won that, he had this many fights, and this was my first MMA fight, and he had like several Thai fights, uh, wrestling fights, and shoot fighting, MMA fights, and yeah, well, I was happy that I won. Right now, at this moment, MMA, the sport, the people, has been like a lifeline, a way of, what do you call me, guiding me through hardship in life. Back then, when I was, this, what do you call it, this elite fighter, undefeated, you can always say like, okay, then it was easy. No, it has always had its challenges. But as I mentioned before, the way I look at these challenges and my mentality towards these challenges has always helped me. My mind has always been stronger than my body. So I could always press myself to the next level, next level. For example, when I got a really bad foot injury once. 9 months with crouches, and then 3 months rehab. But I always came here to train. I wasn't training the foot though, but I was training other things. There was always other things. I was lying on my back doing drills. I was punching bags with one foot on a chair. I was doing ropes. So the physical part was good. The broken foot, it healed up. My broken ribs, they healed up. But was the hardest part was what happens when your tool, your best tool, the thing that you thought was the strongest breaks, or it's not there anymore. So from being here, on top, and then coming down, because I got distressed. I got distressed one day because of hard work, because I didn't take care of myself, because I was in a relationship that I didn't prioritize myself, and then mentally I broke down. Before I could climb mountains, I could dive deep, I could run long, I could fight, I could wrestle, and then when I broke down, I couldn't walk up 4 stairs, or I couldn't bike up a little, what do you call it, a little hill, because my mind wasn't there. And it has allowed me to come back and recover myself and find myself again. Yeah. So I think I think that it's important that as a human being, you try to remember remember the positive things, because sometimes it is dark, sometimes it's deep, and when you're there, what do you do? So, for me, the sport has has been a lifeline, a lifesaver. So, I get